Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the brand new Giorgio Armani foundation. This is the Power Fabric Long Wear High Cover Foundation with SPF of 25. Very interesting. I saw this on Sephora's app and I was like, I need this in my life right now. Just to quickly give you a rundown on the price. I got this for $67.84, so it's $64, and then there is tax. So it ended up being $67, which is expensive. You could do a lot with $67. So I chose to spend my $67 on this bad boy, and hopefully it's worth it because the last thing I need is to be spending money on something that's half-assed. Now there are 20 shades to this foundation, so there is a large color range. Now I want to quickly say for me, I honestly don't know my shade because I was swatching them, and in the store the lighting is different than outside. So in the store I felt like 7.5, which is the one I bought, was gonna suit me perfectly, but when I saw them outside it looked way too pink. So I want to see how this is going to wear all day. They have 1.10 ounces, so they have a little tiny bit more than our standard size foundation, and it does tell me here when it expires. So it expires in October of 2018, so I have a year to really wear this bad boy. You always want to kind of switch out your foundations so that you're not wearing them for longer because foundations can go bad. It also is a natural matte finish. When I see the word matte involved in any foundation, for me who's very oily, I'm like, give it to me, give it to me. Because I want something that's going to keep the oils to a very, very minimum. So when I saw that, I was like, sign me up, I'm going to buy this bad boy. I know that some of you ladies are probably Armani fans, so I feel like this would be a really good product to review. So now that I kind of touched on the basics of this foundation, I'm going to go ahead and just start my application process and see how things go. So the first thing that I'm going to do, as always, I am going to moisturize my skin with the Kim Tai Ofra Cosmetics Wonder Lush Moisturizer. I'm going to just go ahead and start with the foundation. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to do this side with a beauty blender, and then I'm going to use my makeup sponge on the other side. I do want to see how it applies with both products because I know some of you guys are beauty blender users or makeup sponge users, and some of you guys are brush users, so I just want to see. Something that I always appreciate about Armani foundations is that they have the pump. So I'm just going to pump this out. I feel it coming. There we go. It is a little runny. I'm seeing it run down my hand. So it's definitely not going to be like a thick product. It also does claim to give you almost like a second skin feel, like it's your skin but like better. So we're gonna see. I also want to see how the color does because like I mentioned, I feel like there's not really a perfect shade for me. The one that I have in the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation is shade 8, and that's just way too dark for me. So I was like, I can't handle this. But when I was swatching it on my hand, I did notice that it felt so nice. Like the way that it felt on my skin felt like it did feel a little matte, but it just felt so beautiful. It does smell nice. It has like a soft fragrance smell, nothing too serious. It's covering nicely as well. It covered my redness pretty good and pretty quickly. I definitely feel like it's a little tiny bit thicker than the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. So you guys can see it's definitely a little lighter than what I would hope. I hope this is worth $67. That's almost $70 right there. Like, do you know all the things that you could do with $70? Like, you could do a lot of things with $70. I feel like with the beauty sponge, it looks really, really nice. It covered a lot. It didn't absorb too much of the product. You can see that it's definitely a full coverage foundation. So now I'm going to be taking my F80 Kabuki brush, which I always use. This is like a no-brainer. You guys, if you watch my videos, you know that I'm always using this. And I'm going to take a pump of the foundation and apply it onto the other cheek. I want to say that it looks better with the sponge than with the brush. I feel like With a sponge, it looks more fresh and healthy, and with a brush, it looks a little bit more dull. So we shall see. I feel like when you apply with a brush, you just have to like work faster with a product because it can just absorb fast into the skin. Okay, so now we have applied foundation. We applied 2 layers on both sides. Well, 1.5 on this side. This side was 2 layers because I feel like I wasn't getting as full coverage as I was with this and the sponge for some reason. Usually I get amazing coverage with a brush, but I just wasn't feeling the coverage. So, yeah, that's my thought. I definitely feel like the sponge is a better go for you. I'm just gonna quickly get up close and personal with my mirror and see how things look. I'm starting to see it cling onto my skin in some areas, especially where there's a little bit of texture. On my nose right here, it's clinging onto a little bit. I feel like it may be because my skin has been a little tiny bit dry, but it doesn't really have that thick consistency that would make things look really dry. For it being a more full coverage foundation, it doesn't look cakey. Right now, I'm not really seeing the product look too matte. It's more like a natural matte, but it definitely looks more natural than my other matte foundations. So we shall see how this product wears. So what I'm gonna do now, like I always do, is I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back, let you guys know how it blended with my products, and then we are going to begin our check-ins for the day and see how this foundation wears and whether it is worth the $67 or not. So I just went ahead and finished my entire face of makeup. I'm feeling good. It's Saturday, it's the weekend. I'm about to go get my hair done. I want to quickly say that everything blended out really well with the foundation, my blush, my bronzer, my concealer. I actually also used my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for my under eyes, and it's not looking like it's clinging onto my skin or looking like it's too fake. It all literally blended out so perfectly with one another. But it seems like it didn't oxidize. It stayed true to the color that it was when we first applied it. As for how it looks on the skin, it's starting to set nicer. It definitely has more of that very natural matte finish look. With my Laura Mercier powder, I just went ahead and kind of added a little bit of powder in the areas where I tend to get oily. So that's that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and change and head to the hair salon to get my hair blown out. Next time you see me, I'll have beautiful hair, no more hair in a bun. And then I'm gonna just give you guys some updates throughout the day. So stay tuned for those, and I will be seeing you guys very shortly. Hey guys, so I am back. It is now 4 p.m. in the afternoon. It has been around 5 hours since I did my last check-in, and quite a few things have happened in that time frame. First, I'm gonna go ahead and take a flash photography picture just so that you guys can see how this foundation does with flash. Now it does have sunscreen, so I know some of you guys are probably thinking, girl, is it going to have some flashback? Because if so, I don't need that. See how it does? Okay, so there is a little bit of flashback, I must say. Part of it can also be because this foundation I do feel like is lighter than my skin tone. There's definitely a difference between my neck a little bit and my face, but honestly, everybody has their own preference. Some of you guys may feel like it's not that bad. I'm gonna insert the picture right here, by the way. Some of you guys may feel like it's not that bad. Some of you guys may feel like it is bad. I personally feel like it's not as bad as some other ones that I've seen that have sunscreen. I'm like, whoa, I look like a ghost. And something else that I want to quickly touch on that I have noticed, and I'm sure some of you guys have noticed this as well, is that I'm getting very dewy right here. This area is super dewy, and I can just feel it getting worse and worse by the hour. It kind of disappoints me because this is claiming to be more of a matte foundation. If I'm looking this dewy already in this section where I tend to get very dewy, I don't want to know how I'm going to look by 9 p.m. So I don't think I'm going to be blotting because I want to show you how it looks. I want to show you an honest, authentic review of how this wears on an oily skin person. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to wear this through 9 p.m. If it's looking very oily, I'm going to let you guys know what I'm dealing with. I'm just going to go ahead and touch my skin and see if it transfers. Yeah, it does transfer. It does transfer, and it actually took a little bit of product off. Let's see. Yeah, product has transferred onto my cheek. So it's not like a stay in place foundation. It'll definitely transfer, definitely oily. Okay, so yeah, those are my thoughts. Right now I'm like on the fence. Like there's things that I like about it, and then there's things that I really don't like about it, like this oil that's peeking through on hour 5. So I'm back. It is now 10 p.m. at night, and I am so exhausted. It actually got extremely cold out, so I'm wearing my sweater. This weather is just driving me nuts. It's literally like 75 degrees one day, the next day it's like 40 degrees. What is going on? Global warming. Please stop. I didn't set it or anything after I did my last check-in. I wanted to really wear this foundation to its full potential and see what it would do. I definitely did say though that this foundation was probably going to get very, very dewy by the end of the night, and I am right. It is very, very dewy, and I'm just ready to take this stuff off. I will have to say, honestly, right off the bat, I don't think this foundation for somebody that's looking for a matte foundation is worth $70 almost. I think that you can pass for it. If you're looking for something that will change your life when it comes to keeping your oils under control, I am living proof that it will not change your life. Now, I do want to quickly say that I was expecting it to really work wonders, just like the Luminous Silk worked wonders for my dry skin girls, for this new one to work wonders for my oily skin girls, but I'm not really digging it. I feel like it would definitely work best for people that have combination skin. It might hold down their oils a little bit more. It is more like of a natural finish. Like it doesn't make it look like you're wearing this huge thick layer of foundation. It looks very nice as a base on the skin, but you can find so many other foundations that will give you that nice skin-like appearance for so much cheaper. So I definitely think this isn't something that you necessarily need. I didn't notice a shocking transformation with me using this foundation. I felt like just like a lot of the foundations I've tried that claim to be matte but aren't really matte, that's how I felt about this foundation. I feel like it didn't really do much for my skin. So those are all my thoughts for today's foundation review. So if you guys have tried this out and like this foundation or don't like it, please let me know your thoughts on this, because I love hearing what you guys have to say. And if you guys are curious about this, then also let me know if you're still planning on buying this or not. I will have everything about this foundation listed down below, the price, the shade that I'm in, and just any other information that you may need to find out more about this foundation. So that concludes today's video, and if you guys want to see a specific foundation review on something, please let me know, and I will be sure to check out the product and film a video on it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and become a member of our family here on YouTube, because we love interacting of all things beauty, and I wouldn't want you to miss a video for the world, because we just have so much fun here. So I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.